20 times, 20 times, Man
United.
United. 20 times, 20 times, I say. 20 times, 20 times, Man United. Playing football the Mufc way. Right, we can sing that for another season. Thank you to Man City. We could have sung that last time.
One more season already.
Listen, I'm gonna keep singing it till Liverpool win the league, and then we can't sing it anymore. But big up to everybody, man. Welcome to United Real Therapy, people. Therapy Army. How are ya? Who are ya? Who are ya? Therapy Army. Where are ya? Big up, man. Tom, listen, I'm gonna send you the link in a minute. Big up, Tom. So
big up,
talk to me.
Big up to the chat as well.
We're gonna talk about. Yo, big up. Listen, those of you who've not watched, right? Go and watch Saeed TV. Road to 50. Big up, Saeed. Congratulations.
No, road to 100. Road to 100.
Yeah, listen, the road to 100, but 50 mark. Right? Talk to me, Saeed. How do you feel to be part of the special club? 50K club, man. Talk to me,
you know what I mean? I'm the size of the population of Villarreal, man. You know what I mean? Remember when you told me 50,000 people live in Villarreal?
I've been there,
you know what? I appreciate it, man. Like I said to you, big up to you, big up to the family, big up to everyone. I'm just kind of overwhelmed, man. Sometimes, you know what? I don't give myself enough credit when you reach certain situations. Like I have to understand sometimes you gotta just enjoy it, man. Enjoy the moment. And for me, I just want to thank the people that have supported the channel from where we started off from till now. I just hope that this football club did well. But like I said to you, we built journeys on the way, man. And yeah, man, Nuruddin definitely 10K, man. I'm predicting it if he doesn't get there by next season, we failed, people. So by next season, if we're not on 10K, we failed. So big up to you, man.
Yo, big up everybody, man. Big up. Thank you for joining us. Please go ahead, go and watch the celebrations of the 50K Saeed celebrations on Saeed TV. He's reached 50K, and I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, you don't see the work that goes behind the scenes, guys. Honestly, I wish you knew. This man is relentless, and it could not have happened to a nicer person when the level of graft.
Bro.
That level of, I'm not just saying that, I'm genuinely not saying that. The level of graft that it takes to get that 50K, you absolutely battled and strive for. So big up to you, Don. Big up to you and love. So welcome, guys. Welcome. We're going to look at specific...
Not a lot to talk about, eh? But United don't give us a lot. They always give us something to talk about. There's no dead time for my United. I've literally just thought, you know what, man? 50K celebration. I'm going to chill out, have a good weekend. And then Sunday comes in and there's like bombshell. Do you know it? Let me ask you a question, Nuruddin, yeah? The social media shares, I think that's real, you know, because they rely on United just like being bad. So that negativity gives them more kind of like it helps them in it, because a lot of people then talking about Man United hashtag MUFC. They're doing all sorts. Big up to you, Tom, man. But you're a journalist, Tom, yeah. But I just feel for me like United thrive on negativity. They generally do. They actually genuinely do. I can't, for me, comprehend. Yeah, you're going on the right path. You've got Tenhag. You're doing well. Right, Ralph Rangnick's going to be the best partnership ever. We could possibly get, what's the other guy, the English guy from, Paul Mitchell. Right, okay, cool. Then all of a sudden, bang, come crashing down. See you later. It's like a bombshell, because I didn't see it coming. Nobody says he's seen it coming. I don't know how you feel, but it was like a bombshell. I felt like dejected, man.
Yeah. Well, it came out of nowhere, didn't it? Really, at the end of the day. But we always know this with Man United. There's always shocks and surprises and stuff. We've had over, if you like, the hype and stuff around it. Murto's doing a terrific job. He sacked the scouts, didn't he? Then Matt Judge has suddenly left. All this cultural reset. That was at the same time we were linked with Paul Mitchell and Andy O'Boyle as deputy director of football. Suddenly gone all quiet again, hasn't it? And then we've sacked the main man who's culpable as it portrayed in the media to everybody about all these different sackings and stuff. So at the end of the day, it's one or the other, isn't it? And I don't believe in this with Ralph, where it's a case of Tenhag said that he wants to do it his way or the highway or anything like that, because he's adapted with coaches before. When a coach comes in, they have their own demands, and so does somebody who's going to consult with them. I'm not being funny. I think any help that Tenhag can get, really, I think he needs at the end of the day. So why would he push it away when he's worked with a sporting director before, or he's worked with footballing people at Ajax, with Van der Sar and Overmars, where they did a brilliant job. It's same with, as soon as now Ralph's gone, the links with Paul Mitchell and everything died down with regards to him coming into the football club, and then straight afterwards, we hear about the players and stuff that we could have signed in January that Ralph recommended, some of whom that our scouting network had never even heard of, and Kuku and Zakaria. And then you look at some of the other players where we actually go through the basis of it in terms of what Ralph has said. Everything he said is facts at the end of the day. He doesn't know what Darren Fletcher's role is. He doesn't know who the head of recruitment or development is. He doesn't know who signs off on the contract negotiations. And at the end of the day, I think this all boils down to what I said in your chat on the Straight Jacket podcast anyway, where what was John Murchow's role before he even became football director? He was head of development and recruitment. Head of development and recruitment at Manchester United. Monitoring. That was it, because Khalees corrected me. And this is the team that we've built. This is what we've developed. We've developed to this point,
Tom, 1 second. Listen, Tom, 1 second. Yeah, I just want to big up. Say Miasi. Say Miasi, where are you? You told me you're qualifying for top 4. You told me you were going to do bits. You told me you're going to sign this. What are you signing? You're not signing anyone yet. You're just like us. Thursday nights, BT2. Thursday nights. BT2.
No, we're on Thursday night. We're on Thursday nights as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying to you. You're with us. We had the worst season, and you're with us. Thursday nights with BT, holding tight with us, hugging us. I always tell you, the banter crown, every time we take it of you, every time we lock it on the lock and key, every time we put heavy security on there, somehow you come down the pipes, you sneak in, and you grab that banter crown. So big up saying me, I say anyway.
They love it, though. They love it.
You got the documentary to look forward to. Put it that way.
Yeah, we're going to do a watch along for that one. We're going to watch it all together in the
Listen,
house.
I'm not going to lie to you. Me and Saeed are going to do a special. We're going to do a special thing where we're going to literally do a weekly podcast about the show, about the Arsenal. Yeah. We're going to do that. It's coming for you, honestly.
So a weekly review. A weekly review.
Listen, we're going to share it. One week, one show on my channel, one show on Saeed. So we're going to do it. Trust me.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man.
You know what? And I'm bringing the popcorn, Saeed, so don't you worry.
Listen, don't worry, man. Sweet one as well. I like that one.
So he's back again. He's going a sticker. Saeed, what have you got to say for yourself? Where's the madness? You said he's signing Jesus.
It's been quiet as well, you know, Zayn.
Listen,
quiet, man.
Listen, you're signing Nunes. You said you're signing all these players. You've not, you know what you've signed? You've not even signed the cat across the road yet. The cat that walks into the Emirates. You've not even got the rights to that cat, lad.
But do you know? Let's have some respect. Do you know what they have done though? They've signed the manager up to a new contract. Well done, Arsenal. Well done.
Go on, guys, give him a round of applause.
They've done a Man United. Before you get over the line, like we did with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer with the Europa League, give him a new contract. He deserves it. Brilliant job. The process. Trust it.
Listen, let me say something. We've talked about Ralph. Big up Khalid Kamadine Rassi. Guys, there's over 100 of you in here. Please smash a like on the video.
Yeah, come on, people.
So more people can see the video, please. We are Comedy FC. Here we go. So listen.
You know what we are actually? I think there's another word because I feel like it's disrespectful to comedy. Maybe we need to find another word because it's getting beyond comedy now. I think it's like...
Ludicrous FC.
Ludicrous FC.
Here we go.
Now you know what it is. Get out the way, man. You get out the way. Move, United. Get out the way. That's ludicrous, isn't it? The rapper.
Big up Luda, man.
Big up to him.
Big up Luda, man. Listen, the thing I want to say, I've gone out today with a bit of tongue and cheek. I've gone out and my basically photo for the show is for people to understand, yeah. So I've said the question I posed today for the therapy army is to look at players that we think that we have currently that would fit into the Tenhag system. But what I've done with my photo, if you take a close look at the photo,
you've put your lineup, haven't you? This is what this is when Nuruddin plays FIFA, guys. That's what it is.
Listen, I'll put the lineup.
Lamptey, Timber, Rudiger, Gomez, Tielemans, Lema.
Who are all these people?
Oh my God, you're definitely playing FIFA, Nuruddin.
I told you, he's playing FIFA.
Listen. You know what? I've always talked about the FIFA generation, innit? At the end, I had to join them. I had to join the FIFA generation.
I'm going to let you off. You kept
That's why, you know what? Because I said, I've not got the money to spend on De Gea. Yeah, what I did was I went for that team. Yeah, I went for tongue-in-cheek people. I went for that team because I basically said, who can fit in Tenhag's system? And I've gone, nobody, only De Gea. And to wind the De Gea haters up, yeah, to shut up. So what I've done is, because I've been disgusted at the way the team has played, I've replaced the first 10. I've just said, get out, everybody.
He's done a Ralph. He's done a Ralph. 10 out, 10 in.
Listen, and this is also a tribute to Ralph. There we go. I've got
they're
agenda.
not going to let you in Old Trafford now. They're not going to let you in Old Trafford.
Listen, I've done an agenda. I've also...
by the way, I've got a good story to tell you, Nuruddin. Andy Tate said, by the way, on the show yesterday, he came on the 50K party, yeah? He said that after he called out the basically the club and the way it's run and whatnot, he got sacked basically on the next day. He came in this job and then they told him, they took him out and escorted him out of the stadium. I didn't know that.
Wow.
I knew that. Yeah. He used to be a steward. He used to be a steward at United.
Yeah, I knew he was a steward, yeah.
What does that say to you about this football club? People don't realise it. He didn't sign no NDA, did he?
No.
When you have a
No, of course not. What a steward.
Casual staff.
Casual staff.
only work like every other Saturday, once for 3, 4, or 5 hours. 5 hours he was working. And they sacked him.
Or for what he had an opinion on a YouTube channel.
Exactly. Listen,
on a YouTube channel.
Listen, one is to pay tribute. Listen to me. One is to pay tribute to Ralph Ranieri, because Ralph Ranieri said, get rid of everybody, right? And it is Dictatorship FC. Big up. Listen, I just want to get the super chat. Gala Raps, yeah. Big up Gala Raps, yeah.
Big up, man.
Yeah, man. Thanks for the super chat. Nuruddin, but big up Nuruddin for competing with West Ham in 7 by signing Sergio Ronaldo and Varane. It's so much worse than competing for the Champions League with Holding and Ketia and Cedric. We are not the same. Yo, big up the Arsenal, brother, man. It's coming from me. Listen, I said to you, listen, there's going to be a time and place here. I said we made a promise. Me and Saeed are going to watch that when that documentary comes out. All or nothing, innit? All or nothing, Gunners! Me and Saeed are going to be like this. No, look, but me and Saeed are going to sit back here on the couches like this. We're going to literally cross our legs like this, sit back and just, like that little, that meme there, where the guy's just like that. Me and Saeed are going to do this all like that. And I'm going to do
cigars, man.
Cuban cigars, that's it.
And listen to me, especially when it gets to the bit where Aubameyang, I'm just going to go do this.
That'll be the thumbnail. Somebody clip that thumbnail, man.
That's what I'm going to do, right? So hold tight, brother. At the end of the day, that's what I said. I prefaced it by saying that we have, right, as Man United, we have genuinely, as Man United, we have had the worst season. But you couldn't even stay away. You basically ripped the banter. We locked it up. We put it in the biggest, what is it called, where you put all your money in the safe. We had the safe. We hired special security. We've had cameras. We had sensor. Somehow you came in literally from the pipes and took the banter crown just to save it to the end of the season when your fan base thought you were going to win the World Cup because you qualified for top 4. It was equivalent for winning a World Cup.
Yeah.
So
they used to be the biggest top 4 trophies, man. Arsenal. When
they made it. Well, tell you who made it. Who made it? You tell me any other club that made top 4. It's them. And they can't even do it anymore. So they sacked Wenger. And they can't get there anymore.
Yeah. Bro,
they can't get there anymore. Listen, big up to them. But anyway, guys, let's get back to the topic of the show. We've got 2 topics to discuss with Saeed and Aaron. So the 2 topics are, the first one we're looking at is specifically what I've done. I paid a tribute to Ralph, backhand, even though I'm not talking about Ralph that much. Because I knew this was going to happen. So for me, I wasn't as devastated. I just wanted to thank Ralph and to say thank you, Ralph, for exposing the Glazers. But the excuse the club gave, I gave it in Saeed's channel. So you have to go and watch that because I've got other pressing issues to talk about here. So basically, I've picked a new 10 players paying tribute to Ralph. And what I want to know is that now that's the team that I picked, right? But I want to know from Saeed and Tom what specific players that you think from watching Tenhag's team in whether his team that went to the semi-final or his other team that went to the Champions League second round quarterfinal, what players in our current squad who are going to stay that can fit in. They think the player profile, not whether you like the player or not, player profile. So you put your hatred
Agenda.
of the player aside. Just looking at the player's attributes.
Right now in our team.
Our team. Yeah. So Saeed,
this is difficult, Nuruddin. This is tough.
Saeed, I'm picking the players, by the way. This is where the game thickens, people. Are you
There
ready?
we go.
Are you ready? So I'm picking the players for you, my friend. Picking the players for you. Big up to Khalis Ramadi Lassie, Chief Reporter, United Real Therapy. Please smash a like on the video. I'm in control, people. I'm the person that's picking the players for Saeed. So, Saeed, for your first player, Tom, I'm going to come to you. Don't you worry, lad. For your first player, I'm hitting you with, does Rashford have the attributes to play in the Tenhag system? Now, you have to put, this is going to be really hard, Saeed. Everything you think about Rashford, put that park it, reverse it.
He's got the Brazilian passport. He's not British. He's not Manchester.
So why do you talk about injuries and not being a factor?
No, Saeed. No, listen, park the agenda. Just specifically look at his attributes. Tell me, since you've been going to the stadium, since the day that he broke in, what are his best attributes of Rashford? Well, listen, and think about him. Saeed, listen to me. Think about him at his best, at his devastating best.
It's very, very difficult to look at him now because he once had pace. He once had electrifying pace. That's the word I'm looking for because I still think he's got pace. He had electrifying pace. He had this kind of abundance of no fear. He had power in his ability when he was running because he would kind of skip past you. And that for me is kind of power in your run as well. I think there was an elegance of a little bit of flair, in terms of certain, tricks he would do. I think start of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's, career. And on the counter, he's very, very good in terms of counter-attacking play. He's someone that I think on the counter is a useful asset. But the problem is, can I give a but, or is it just that?
No. So specifically, I want you to tell his attributes. First one you said is his pace.
Yes, I'll give it his attributes there.
So his pace. What else?
His pace, his power, on the counter attack. That's my top three.
Okay, what about his movement? I think he's got one of the best movements out of all of the players that we have. Before Cavani came, I think he's got similar movement to Ronaldo. And Saeed, you've been at the game. Listen, Saeed, this is what I'm saying.
What about his defensive output, guys? Defensive output.
No. We're going to come to the negative. First, we're giving the pros. We're going to come to the cons, right? So let's just divide this. Like I said to you guys, I'm in control. I'm in the hot seat.
You can't set the narrative, though.
No,
you have to be balanced.
I am balanced. That's what I'm saying to you. We're going to look at the pros and we're going to look at the
negative.
cons. Yeah.
Okay, that's
okay. Let's go.
We're going to do it without an agenda. We're going to just specifically just Saeed, right? You're going out of focus. I don't know what's happened to your camera.
Oh yeah, let me come in and out.
Yeah. So basically, what's happened is this, right? So I think his movement, to me, out of all the players in our team, when the players are specifically on the ball, Rashford is always constantly on the move. Rashford has scored so many back post goals, tap-ins, so many centre tap-ins, more than Martial. He's better than that at Martial. Now, I'm going to come to Martial, but his movement for me is good. It's way underrated. His movement of the ball, but we haven't got the players to always find him. That is a fact, right? Now, Saeed, I know you're waiting. I know you're itching. I know I can see it. Talk to me about his cons.
His cons override his pros.
No. I'm talking about, listen, Saeed.
All right, okay, cool. I think intelligence, he doesn't have any. I think in football,
even at his height, even when he was at his best.
Yeah, I think even that one, I think he didn't have the tools needed to succeed. I think for me, I would say position-wise, when you talked about position-wise, I generally don't think he knows where to kind of run into. I think most of the time he's running to blind alleys. I think he doesn't think before he kind of, does things. This is my opener, honestly. I think he looks down all the time in terms of when he's trying to, shoot all the time. I think for me, in terms of the biggest kind of, gripe that I've got with Rashford is his football intelligence. I think that's the biggest con of Marcus Rashford, and he's always got his head down. He's always trying to, think to rush things. He's always rushing. I think he doesn't take his time. I don't know why he doesn't take his time. Does he not believe in his ability? I'm not sure, but that comes down ultimately to intelligence. I think knowing when to pass. I think Sancho, for me, when you talk about Sancho, I think he's the best at that. He knows when to pass. He knows when to create space, movement. Obviously, doesn't have the pace that Rashford has, but I think that overrides his kind of ability to kind of play well as well. So for me, I think I'm gonna go with that one. Intelligence. He doesn't have the intelligence.
Okay. We know Tenhag is a coach guy who tells you positionally. We know that, right? The biggest thing to say is that since Tenhag, since Van Gaal, nobody's coached Rashford, right? Rashford has been going off instincts, right? At his best, I just genuinely think at his best, everything comes off. Even he takes his time. He's more patient. He's more confident. He's doing the skills to turn people in. He's whipping the balls to 6 yards so that someone like Pogba can finish and other strikers can finish. Martial can finish. So what I'm saying to you, at his best, he is still got those elements. He still can improve. Yes, player can always improve your IQ as a footballer in terms of footballing IQ. But I just genuinely think in terms of the rotations, he can fit in it because I've seen Ten Hag get the best out of players who don't even have that pace or ability as Rashford, right? The raw pace or ability. So That's what I think. That's what I think. So I'm asking you, do you think Ten Hag, who is a specific one-to-one kind of coach, Saeed, because that's what he is, he improves players. Do you think he can improve Rashford, getting back to his raw best?
There's a lot to do. If you're asking me that, there's a lot to do. Obviously, everything's always possible. We've seen players revive their careers under different managers. We've seen players improve with better coaching. But I just think for me, there has to be ability to learn as well. I don't know how much of it he has to learn in a short space of time.
No. I actually think, Said, this is his last chance. If he doesn't work with Ten Hag, then he's gone.
Let me ask you a question though: is he a striker? Yes or no?
Well, this is the point. I genuinely don't think he's got the attributes to be a striker, but I think he can be coached to play with two up front with Ronaldo.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. But I think for me, on the left wing, we've got Sancho, who for me is better on the left than he is on the right, even though the football club wanted the right winger. I think it wouldn't be great to shoehorn Rashford on the right because he isn't brilliant. And for me, if he's only going to play on the left, how can we then control that? How can we then kind of the
only thing I would say is that they asked Jadon Sancho. He said, as long as he's in a team, he's happy to play right or left, right?
But is he happy?
Listen, as long as he's in the team. He said, as long as I'm in the team, I don't care where I play. And to be fair,
everyone says that though.
Listen to me. Listen. His time at Dortmund is being mixed. Sometimes he's central, sometimes he moves around. And that's what Ten Hag likes anyway. He doesn't like players just to hold one position. They have to be fluid in the top players. There are times where they have to stay in their positions, but most of the time they have to come inside. They have to be fluid, right? So we're concluding, Saeed, that Erik Ten Hag can be the guy to revive Rashford's career. Yes or no?
No.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay. That's it. Even though we talked about the abilities, so there's a change of opinion. Okay, I'm gonna come to Tom. I'm gonna come and talk about the other player that is Martial. What do you think the best attributes of Martial are, Tom?
Link up, personally.
Yeah?
I think link up and movement.
Link up and moving in terms of moving with the ball, isn't it?
Moving with the ball, yeah. Taking a man on, yeah. Because if he gets that yard, I think he can beat most people.
One of the biggest advantages as well. If you remember when Martial used to play, he used to get the best out of Rashford, best out of Bruno, best out of number 11. Remember that, don't you?
Well, we remember that front three year, didn't we? In that Europa League season.
Yeah, that they were the top scorers in Europe, in the whole of European football.
Yep.
So the fluidity was incredible. Now, the biggest thing, what they talk about as cons, what do you think his cons are? What do people say about him? What's the thing that's labelled at him the most?
Well, lazy. To be fair, I can understand why people would say that we work rate, because we do see some spells with players where they just don't look like they want to be there. personally, or they just look disengaged from the game, and that doesn't have to come down from him personally. If he doesn't get the service, or his team's not playing well, if not all the teams playing well, you can't expect one person to, hang your hat on one person, and like we do with Player FC or Martial FC, Pogba FC, whatever it is, you can't expect to at a football club. And I'm sick of this where it's about individuals. I want a team. I want people who are going to work together. Martial is somebody who links players together. He wants to work with other players. So, in many senses, Erik Ten Hag can improve, I guess, his work rate, I guess, work ethic within the team. I think we will see improvements. We know there's quality there. You can't spend that much money on a player that you've hardly ever heard of in France, and take it, as people say, an astute gamble. It can't happen. There has to be you have to see something at that age to think, right, in 2 years' time, we're going to see this development. In 4 years' time, we're going to see this. 5 years' time, he's going to be a Ballon d'Or candidate, whatever it is.
Yeah.
These are the sort of clauses that you have to put in place and you have to look at in terms of football.
Yeah.
But
I actually think the club might have messed up Martial's career, so they don't have to pay that amount of money to Monaco. I won't put it past the Glazers.
They have his career in terms of injury record. You know what I mean? They haven't managed.
Oh my!
Record, same with Rashford, obviously. A lot of players they haven't managed their kind of.
I don't even know who our medical department is. To be honest, it's shocking.
Listen, I'll say this in it. I'll say this right. I'll say this simple. Both of them, for me, suffer from. I think the most thing that people that he's the worst parts of Martial, what everybody talks about. Big up Indiana. Indiana was onto him, innit? Indiana's like, get him out of my club. And I was like, Indiana then had to admit and concede that being up front for Man United is a graveyard, even if you haven't got the greatest movements. But the most criticism that he gets is that he's not a guy that attacks the front post. He's not a guy that will go make the three movements, move.
Well, he's not a number 9 though, is he? Let's be honest. He's not. He was a winger who's been converted to play that role because we didn't have anybody.
Exactly. Right. Anyway, but they say he wants to play striker, so play like a striker. So they're putting the onus on him, and that's fair point. When Martial's coming out saying, I want to be the striker at this Man United football club, then you're going to get criticism if you don't do the things the striker
well, you need to be coached to play that way then, don't you? You need to be coached about the front post, the back post sort of runs.
Well, this is it.
Well, we had a Mike Phelan, though, that time.
Oh, my.
Mike Phelan knows how to do that.
Listen, we've had Jose Mourinho, to me, the biggest time in both of their careers. Read Jose Mourinho's book, read about Jose Mourinho. He tells attackers, I just want you to be defensively here. You've got to do what you've got to do. You're the attacker. Sort it out up front. That's what he tells them. He's like, you've got to work hard. You've got to work hard.
Sanchez came in, Nordin. Sanchez
came
in. That was a period where it just, for me, all fell apart. Obviously, he revived it back in lockdown. Exactly. But again, how much can you put down to that lockdown period? You know what I mean?
Don't.
The same player in that lockdown that they are today. There's not many players, in that lockdown that are doing well now. How many players are doing well now that in that lockdown?
Well, even without the lockdown, who's doing well now? Let's be honest.
Exactly. Big up Jarvis. Big up Jarvis Cocker, man. Big up Jarvis. Martial is great at dribbling. He's in the 78% pass complete percentage. That's extremely high.
87,
87, sorry. That's extremely high for numbers for a forward striker. Facts.
Well, you'd expect that from every forward that they can dribble, though, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Martial is more of a
F9,
Listen, pick up HH. At the end of the day, for me, I think he's got the ability because I've seen Erik Ten Hag use players like him who can bring people into play. So in the nut. And I'm telling you now, guys. Listen, not even just Hala, but other strikers that he's worked with throughout the years. Yeah, he can use people who bring people into play. The thing about it is
that, I don't really like that, to be honest with you.
Hey, listen, at the end of the day, it's coaching. So Ten Hag and his coaching team might look at Martial and go, this is your deficiencies. This is the time you're going to get to work on those, but you're going to play this game. And for me, when you get a system, the whole, when you set a strategy and a system for a team, what the system has to do is get the best out of the better players in the team and hide their deficiencies. That is what we're looking for. So, Tom, I'm going to ask you, do you think Erik Ten Hag could improve Martial if Martial stayed?
Yes.
Hey, there we go. So it's 1-0. It's 1-0. 1-0 to Tom. As it stands in the moment, 1-0 to Tom. And this ain't going to be easy. Saeed, Your next player is Luke Shaw. Let's talk about Luke Shaw.
Oh,
Right.
I seem to be getting
Remember
the
when
ones
you
that I don't
signed
really
Luke
rate.
Shaw?
You're
Remember-
just getting over Englishman. That's what you're getting.
Yeah,
No,
man,
no.
get over here.
Well, Saeed's Mancunian born and bred, mate.
Brexit FC, mate.
Bring Ralph back, man.
Listen, Saeed was part of the DNA, mate. He was the cheerleader for the DNA.
The DNA, man. That's what we had, man. That's what the clubs, you know.
Listen, I want to just try and get that into a song. You know, and the Man UFC DNA. Here we go. Man UFC DNA. Exactly.
The album list is getting longer, man.
Listen, Saeed, talk to me. Right,
Yeah.
talk to me. Luke Shaw. 8 years ago, we bought him when he was at
Positive.
19, 18. We bought him 8 years ago. 19, he was flying. Remember, under the last Dutch manager we had, tell the people how good was Luke Shaw under the other Dutchman we had.
Yeah, he was brilliant until he got his injury. I thought he was unbelievable. He made a partnership with Depay. I thought we were looking good, man. He was flying. For me, his attributes are ball progression is unbelievable in terms of getting the ball from probably say just
Look at lockdown, Saeed. That lockdown season.
Yeah, lockdown season, absolutely. I think ball progression. I think his power. I think his ability to get from box to box is good. I think is he good at crossing? I'm not sure. I think his power.
It's Roberto Carlos, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, there you go with it, Roberto Carlos. But I think for me, I think they're the two outstanding qualities: his power and his ball progression and his aggression in terms of defending 1v1 is good as well. I give him that. He's very good in terms of defending 1v1. This is where the book comes in. This is where the cons come in terms of understanding the spacing behind, and his communication is poor. Him and Mcguire have been caught out this season. There's actually, if you want to look at the goals Mcguire and Luke Shaw have caused this season, it's quite a lot, and people don't want to talk about it, but it has been positionally where Shaw has been very, very bad. I think for me, injuries is a con as well. It has to be a con, whether we like it or not. Is injury prone. I think his crossing and his ability to get the ball in the box isn't great. I think also his link-up play isn't getting better, man. I thought it was getting better, but him and Sancho.
No. The rule is this: look at him at his best. What deficiencies did you see even when he was at his best?
No, but you can't really do that. You have to.
No, Saeed, you know what? Listen, we can't judge this has been a write-off season.
No, but you're asking for his pros. I'm just giving his cons.
But listen, in his best, when you look at his pros at his best, can you also see deficiencies when he's flying and he's been a fantastic player?
I genuinely think it was just down to his injury record. I think when Shaw was good, he was good. I didn't really have a bad word to say about Shaw. I actually used to like Shaw. I never used to have a bad word about Shaw. He was one of my better players. I used to like Shaw. So I never really had a better thing like that. It was now I have to balance it on the basis of the whole Shaw we've had. We have to say the whole Shaw we've had 7 years. Here's the pros and here's the cons. That's all I'm saying. And that's my pros and cons,
Well, it's Man United, isn't it? You start off well and then it goes downhill.
Yeah, there we go.
Shot rate. What? See what I mean? What is that?
Yeah, 95% of actually directly leading to a shot or such a pass is the dribbles that draw fouls, right? So
shot creating actions.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. They've got some weird stats.
Yeah. That's how it is. Big up Jarvis, yeah. Right, Saeed. Yeah. Listen, so his cons, what Saeed said, is at his best. For me, Luke Shaw is the complete guy. That's why the Roberto thing comes on, and even literally Roberto Carlos is tweeting him and everything like that. Do you know what I mean? He's this. That's what he is, right? At his best, for me, is about where the Luke Shaw can be asked. That's what I'm saying to you. At his best, even when he's at his best, there's games where he can't be asked, where he starts giving away horrendous fouls, even though he can get there and show the man down the line. He just wants to foul them, and he's petulant. He's really petulant. I think he's more people defensively. He's a lot better than people give him credit for. But you're playing next to Mcguire, innit? Which is going to make.
Well, look at that as well. When he had that brilliant season, he was playing next to who? Daley Blind. Daley Blind was a brilliant centre back at the time.
Exactly. One of the best IQ footballers in world
That's
football.
what I mean. IQ in terms of he covered his arse in terms of the positional play.
Yeah,
and now he plays on that left hand side right X as a left back anyway.
Yeah.
So when you do look at that, you can see why Shaw had such a brilliant time under that. And like we said before about the coaching element, proper coaching with Van Gaal.
Yeah.
We said it about Rashford. We said it about when Martial came here, bursting onto the scene. All these players were bursting onto the scene. We saw something, did we not?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, when these players have had proper coaching, if you want to gel all the three players that we just discussed together, all three of them need that coaching.
Exactly.
So I don't think we've got a bunch of, like, should we say lost causes really in the team.
No.
With the right guidance, you could turn Fred into the next Kante for all you know.
Exactly. Listen, I'm gonna say this, please smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed, people. Big up Tom for always coming on. Big up Saeed. I think the idea is I'm gonna move on. We'll come back to Saeed. There is Saeed.
Yeah.
So out of all these attributes, knowing that the way Tenhag plays and how vital the fullbacks are to the way the team plays, right? You see Ajax with Blin. Blin is almost kind of plays left-sided sometimes as a centre of in a 3. Yeah. Sometimes he's out there on the left, yeah. And because he's got such an incredible IQ, his IQ is nowhere near as like Daley Blind. So I'm not comparing him to Blin, people, even though Blin has had the best years behind him. Let's get it right. His best years are behind him, right? But does he fit into the best of Luke Shaw? Does that fit into the Tenhag system?
The best of Luke Shaw. The best of Luke Shaw does fit into the Tenhag system.
Okay, it's 1-1. There we go. Yeah. Now we move.
That's for me. That's reasonable. That's for me not having any agendas, and that's for me just understanding that Tenhag is a good coach. So big up to him. Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. So
yeah, this is a good comment there. Fans hype bank average players and wonder why we are not successful. That is a good comment. We need to stop hyping all these players, man. I think for me, listen. When Mcguire, when I see the worst of Mcguire, I see the worst of Mcguire. Yeah. But nobody can say Mcguire started off badly. It was in lockdown.
No. Saeed, hold it there. Saeed, hold it there. Saeed, hold it there. Hold it there, please. Tom, the next player that you're getting is Harry Mcguire.
Harry Beckenbauer. Why didn't you give this to Saeed? Harry Beckenbauer.
No, that's why I said his name, Tom, so you can get him.
No, I already decided it.
You didn't decide.
You're not being set up because Saeed is too emotional. Saeed is a bit too emotional when it comes to Mcguire because he's the biggest letdown. He let him down in it. He's departed the man. He gave him on the platform. He helped him to get on the platform. And then he said, Saeed, see you later. Like wave to Saeed.
I blame Ole Gunnar Solskjaer for not at least helping him out.
He said to Saeed, thank you so much for helping me on the way up. Then Saeed abandoned him and returned the favor, abandoned him on the way back. when Mcguire was on the way up, Saeed was like, yeah, got him to there. On the way down, Mcguire abandoned Saeed. On the way down, Saeed returned the favor and went, all right, Harry. See you later, mate. I know you're going on the way down. See you later, mate. I'll take it back. So let's get into it. Tom, give me the best attributes of Harry Mcguire.
Well, I think he's only got one, and that's physicality. If I'm being honest, and that's being honest. Physicality.
But physicality, we're talking close physicality. We're talking about like sprinting. Like,
come on. Are you actually having a laugh? Sprinting. Man.
Big up, man. Big up. Saeed, honestly, that's going to haunt you for life, mate.
You know what?
Beckenbauer.
Everybody sees me, man. Why did you? I remember I was in a soul night, and there was this gentleman came up to me. He was like, "Oh, you got away with saying that, Mcguire." Listen to me. My guy could have been chatting up girl on the dance floor. My guy could have been going to the bar. My guy made it literally looked at the girl, his partner, his friends partying. Seen Saeed and literally swerved for Saeed. He went, oh my effing drink. Hold a drink. Swerve to get to Saeed.
Hold the beer, lads.
Hold the beer. He said, no. The soul nights, people drink. They only drink brandy and coke. He went, oh, that brandy and coke, lad.
Hold it, lad.
He went for Saeed. I went, Saeed, I've only had one. But how? How did you do that? Yeah. So, okay, Tom, come on. We've got to find more attributes. There's physicality on the physicality.
I think,
in terms
right.
of being aggressive.
I will give him credit. I think he can shot in terms of short passing distribution. I think he's okay. But we've not even mentioned cons or anything. But we can already say the cons are going to outweigh the pros. Let's be honest.
So let's go. No, at his best. No, Tom. At his best.
What is his best? I've not seen it for years.
No,
what is his best?
When Saeed was calling him Beckenbauer at his best, yeah, we have to see him not that season, not the season. We have to see him at his best. When you thought Harry Maguire was performing his peak performance at Man United, we have to be fair to the players. We have to be fair. So think about more pros. So his physicality.
Yeah.
In the lockdown, everybody was giving him props for organising Shaw.
Oh, come on. Come on.
People were going on Twitter, my captain. That was trending. Remember, Saeed?
Yeah.
That was trending. So,
my captain.
So this is what we have to do, is look at the player at his peak performance, yeah? Mcguire.
Okay.
What does Mcguire? Progressively carries the ball.
Yeah.
He wins the aerials, especially in the ball straight. I've seen Mcguire literally... Listen, Harry Kane.
Strength, though. I don't listen
to me. Harry Kane literally physically overwhelmed Harry Kane where Harry Kane wasn't in the game. I've seen that, but I've also seen Harry Maguire like literally grab Shaw, bat a bayi, and slam them all like wrestling.
Is that enough? Is that enough? You don't like that?
Tom's run away. Tom, come back. Tom's cursing me out.
You got Giddy. I told you he's not good. To be honest, I don't think aerially. I expected more from Mcguire aerially. No. Saeed,
we're going to break this down into two ways. We're going to break it down into two ways, right? So he is a competent. So he stays fit. First of all, he stays fit. So he's reliable. That matters. That matters, right? That matters a lot. Yeah. Especially with our especially with our medical department throughout the SA. Let's be right. Right? So not that we think that our medical department is that bad, but we want it to be better. You know, we want it. We think Man United should have the best medical department in the world. Like that's what we think, right? I'm not coming out saying they're horrible. I don't know these people. I know that they were changed. A lot of changes were made when Ollie came in, and through Ollie's reign, new guys came in, and the old ones left. So I understand that, people. If you want to come for me for some shots. Okay, so I'll go with it again. Hopefully, Tom, please come back, Tom. I gave Tom Mcguire. Tom was like,
no, man. I think for me, I think we can discuss it as well. I think while Tom comes back, but I think ball progression, I think he's good on the ball. Let's not kid ourselves. He is good on the ball. He's probably better than Varane on the ball. Lindelof, I think he's probably similar about, but in terms of on the ball, Mcguire's probably the best on the ball. He can play the ball
at his best. This is talking about
at his best, and also he can move into the space as well. In terms of a centre back that moves into the space and drives with the ball, he can do that. He can. That's why I gave him the Beckenbauer kind of name, is because Beckenbauer was one of the best at doing that at that time. Obviously, I went overboard with the name, but again. But in terms of, are we doing?
The cons. Let's do the cons. Yeah.
Well, I think pace is
at his best. We're talking about his best, not his worst.
Yeah. At his best, yeah. Pace at his best is nightmare. I think his anticipation is not great in terms of, and his positioning.
Sensing danger.
Yeah, sensing danger is not great. Positioning wise, he can get quite wide open. I think he doesn't anticipate things as well in terms of passing out from the back. I think he's always like slow to it.
No. At his best, to be fair, he was quite confident at his best.
I'm saying about no. I genuinely think there was a few moments where we were getting pressed, and I think there was a kind of movement of, let's play it back now. Because you see the crowd moaning at Mcguire. Why is he playing it back, and why is he playing it side? Get the ball kind of like be confident. I think sometimes playing that from the back, he's not confident as people think. I think he needs that confidence. So I would say that would be his overall greatest,
Listen, I'm going to break it down. I've looked at physiologically, like physically, I've looked at his biochemistry, like the chemistry-wise, chemistry. I looked at the biomedic, like the mechanics of his body. I think he's too much on his heels. I think for the size...
Yeah, that's true,
Yeah.
He's always doing that, though. He's always doing that.
Listen to me. For the size he is, it's hard for him to shift. He's never on his toes. He's never on his toes, right? The biggest problem I ever have, even at his best, is that, Saeed, I always tell you about the corridor. That's 6 yards, 7 yards between the goalkeeper and between the centre halves. The best centre halves and captains know exactly how to read that. That's where they earn their money, Saeed. That's where they earn their money. That's where we get caught a lot. Ball crossed at this height, ball crossed at lower. He can't move his shift. He's too heavy weighted. When he goes one way, he can't quickly adjust himself and balance. So it's his ratio to his weight. And the fact that he always on his heels. When you're on your heels, you can't twist. You can't change direction quickly and deal with the danger. The other big problem is this. If the ball is a straight ball coming down in the 6 yard in the air even, he's not even good at that. He can get beaten. The ball down the middle, he's really good at. He can head at that all day, every day.
Yeah, I get that one. Yeah.
Oh, to me, it's the 6 yards. The 6 yard area is where you earn your bread and butter when you're a centre half. Can you stop that ball and read it? That's going to come in across the 6 yard box. That's been
I get that. But it's anticipation, though. I still think he doesn't have the confidence in the anticipation.
And this is him at his best.
Yeah.
This is him at his best, people. Listen, this is an interesting show, people. It's fascinating.
I like this show, It's a good show, man. Listen, what's the likes on now? How many people are watching and what's the likes?
Yeah. Listen, we'll dive in it. Therapy, I mean, you're doing it. I'm getting all of your. I'm not waiting for any super chats. I'm just getting all your things up the same. Okay, Saeed. On that said, obviously the way that we play high press, like Tenhag likes to play front foot, keeping possession, halfway line football. Do you think Mcguire has all of the attributes to be able to play in a Tenhag team with coaching? Oh, he's back. Hey,
I'm done. I'm done. Mcguire cut me off. The connection.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's what I did say.
So we talked about that. I don't know if you heard it, if you heard the last bit, Tom, but we talked about that he's caught at his best. So this is not him his worst. We're not looking at any of these players at their worst. We're looking at efficiencies in their game at their best, right? At their best. What are we looking at their best? We're looking at specifically at their best. Harry Mcguire I said it, I broke it down physiologically. Like he's too weighted in his heels. He's never on his toes. The weight distribution in his body for him to change direction, he hasn't got that. And this is called, this happens in athletics, right? In other sports, they break down your physicality, but you can't execute quick enough at a certain skill level, yeah? So to me, I always talk about you too, Tom, as well. You earn your money where? In the corridor between the goalkeeper and the 6 yard area. That's where centre halves earn their money. Yep. He is horrendous at his best at cutting down that ball in the near post. He is horrendous at quickly moving his shift when somebody takes him on, or really close to him, when somebody twists and turns, he can't move his body quick enough. Now,
his body composition is awful.
It's really bad. So that you can't really blame that on him too much. But as a centre half, you have to have that. You have to be.
Also, does he have presence as well in the back?
Yeah. Well, this is it.
Does he have presence?
When he's confident, like I said, at his best, he does have some sort of confidence. Guys, it's only 87 likes. Honestly, I'm going to stop now.
No, there isn't. He said 87 till 200 likes.
Oh, okay, people. Come on then. Big up. Listen.
Big up to Diego C. Palace, man. Make him a man, by the way. He's a good guy.
Listen, big up, man. Listen, I'll say this now. Tom, under the way you think Harry Mcguire plays, do you think, Tom, that Tenhag could get the best out of him and coach him in a specific way? Because he's our captain. He's not leaving. We're not getting rid of him next season, right? He's still our captain, and we paid 80 million for him. Because of the politics in the football club, the Glazers are not going to write off 80 million. So, with all that thing considered, can you see a way of Erik ten Hag getting the best out of Mcguire?
I'm sorry, but I can't. I'm struggling. He's not a delict. I'm sorry, he's just not. He's not like we can say what we want about the captain sort of thing and the physical presence that he has, but to play in Erik ten Hag's system, you've got to be press resistant as a centre half. You're going to be pestered around the football field by your competitors, Liverpool, Man City. And when we play these teams, unless we play counter-attack like we did with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, we can't do anything against these teams. Why do you think we beat Pep for 3 times with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, just playing counter-attack? And Mcguire was one of the best centre-backs. But at the end of the day,
Oh,
I just can't see it personally. To be honest with you, I don't know what you can really improve unless he plays counter attack, which we know. Well, we think anyway. We ain't Tenhag coming in. We ain't playing counter attacking football. We're playing on the front foot. We're playing this. We're playing this high
Let's
line.
hope so.
And the man can't run back to his own half. Man can't run back to his own box.
If we're playing a 4-2-3-1 and it's rigid, oh my God! I just hope, because I've been, you know what? Yeah, Ralph Rangnick was meant to play the Gurgen press or whatever. People, by the way, I don't know how to say that word. By the way,
Gengen press.
Gengen press. Right? Okay.
Gengen.
If Ralph Rangnick was
Where's my
meant to be the
Gengen army?
godfather-
Hey, where's my Gengen army? That's how you remember. Where's my Gengen army?
Yeah. If Ralph Rangnick was meant to be the kind of the father of the Gurgen press, then bro, please, Tenhag, just play good football. Forget about playing the total football way. If you could just give us good football for the first couple of months and then we go from there, I think that's what the fans need, a respite. So
big up Jarvis Cocker, by the way. Listen, at the end of the day, we've said it. So it's 2-1 to Tom. Now, this segment, we've done 4 players. So this is, how many have we done now? Yeah, 4. This is the
4, yeah.
No, we've done Martial, but yeah, 4. So
Rashford
this is
and Luke Shaw and Mcguire.
final and the 5th one. Next week's show, we're gonna do this again, people, for the rest of the players.
okay.
So,
Come back for part 2. That's what you need to do.
Part 2. So Saeed, final and last player is.
One sec.
Where is he?
He's bailed. I told you he's bailing.
Saeed's run away. Saeed's run off. Saeed's
I've not run away. I've not run away. Go on.
I didn't even say the player, they ran off. I swear. This is why I said, look, Saeed's terrified. Look at his face, people. He's balling it. He's balling it. Listen, I'll say this again. I'll say it again. Right?
Yeah.
For the last player, I'm gonna give you Bruno Fernandez. You'll be getting a couple of bracelets. I'm giving
You could have gave us a little bit of an extended moment and saved it for next week, but
no.
Bruno Fernandez, his qualities, pros.
At his best.
He's a high-scoring midfielder. He's a volume player. He's a player that can get valuable assists. I would say his tenacity is brilliant. I think he's got energy. I think he's got, bravery in terms of going in for tackles. He likes to kind of, get
Technical ability.
There is technical ability there. You know what I mean? You don't.
At his best. We're talking about his best.
His best, at his best. What else is there? Yeah, all the situations I would say are the pros. The cons, I think for me, intelligence is one. I think he rushes a lot. I still don't know what his best position is. So clarity in terms of Bruno Fernandez, we don't know. Even in himself, people can say that's not down to him. But even in himself, there's no clarity in terms of Bruno Fernandez, what sort of player he is. I think technical ability leaves a lot to be desired. That's why I didn't really give him a lot of credit. So I think a lot to be, even when he came to football club. And ultimately, I think the biggest one for me is that he always gives the ball away.
Let me ask you a question, Syed. Is he disciplined as a player?
No, the thing is, he could try. For me, though, he runs around a lot, but then again, he leaves a lot of space. That's what I'm saying with Bruno Fernandez. He actually does run, get the ball and tries to press, but he leaves the other two guys exposed because he gets attracted to the ball. He gets attracted to the bloody Ronaldo. He wants to be Ronaldo's pet or something like. You know what I mean? Chill out. You see Ronaldo all the time in Portugal, man. You don't need to be right next to him all the time. Chill out, mate. I've always said, for me, as a false nine, you never know Tenhag. I'm telling you now, watch out next season if Bruno Fernandez becomes a false nine. Because I called it so many years ago. And people laughed at me because he's almost like a forward.
Yeah. No, because he hasn't got any position discipline. Because nobody's put position discipline on him.
Him and Jota. I don't think there's a difference between him and Jota.
No. Jota is somewhat of a forward. Listen, but I know what you mean in terms of positionally.
Positionally, in terms of where they go, they play similar positions. I'm telling you right now, you put Jota's position in and you put Bruno Fernandez here. I'm telling you now, there isn't much difference They both do it, and they're both technically not that great. When you look at them both, they're not technically that great.
That's the model of a Portuguese player, though. That's why.
There you go.
That's the Portuguese way of playing, positional sense.
There you go.
And you look at discipline and stuff. Why do you think Portugal have not won major trophies and stuff for centuries and stuff since that Euros that they won? This is what it comes down to at the end of the day. And we all know it anyway. With Ronaldo and everything, everybody wants to be like Ronaldo at Man United. Let's be honest. They look at him. They see the money. They see the fame. They see the cars. The security team that take him to the ground. You see everything.
But Tom, I'm asking you the question, yeah, Saeed. At his best, he's got incredible decent technical abilities, and he's also a high impact player. Gets goals, important goals. He's got the fight. What is his cons? That the fact that he is not defensive, that's not his fault, by the way. The manager makes the coaching staff and the managers make demands on you and tell you where to be positionally, right? So that's not his fault because he's been given a free role, Saeed. Since he came in, he banged in goals, and everybody thought, listen, you can play where you want, when you want, right? That's what it's been given. So that bit there, that's not a criticism of him. That is, he doesn't put himself on the football pitch. That is the club. We have to understand that is the club, right? So what I'm saying to you now, right? What I'm saying to you is that I think Tenhag is going to sort him out. The most I'm excited about to work with any of our forwards is going to be Bruno, because I think Bruno can get better if he's coached, if he's given the positional discipline. So the question to ask you, Saeed, is, does he fit into a Tenhag system? At his best. I can't hear you, Saeed. I can't hear you. I don't know what's happened.
Oh, sorry. I was on mute there.
He's done the straight jacket show.
I don't know. It sometimes goes on mute. Basically, I think for me, in a Tenhag system, I'm gonna say no.
Woo! I think you're totally wrong. This is the one we're going to argue till the cows come home.
You know why? Because you know why?
Listen, if he can work, listen to me. If he can work with Tadic, Bruno's the better player than Tadic.
Tadic was a good player.
Right, let's say go. Right, go on. Why then? Say go on.
My explanation of that is because for me, Tenhag's football is possession based. Tenhag's football is based a lot on technical ability, a lot to keep the ball, a lot in transitions, and transitions for me is the killer moment for Man United, and that's why for me I think in a Tenhag system it wouldn't work. Doesn't mean that I think he won't work in general, because there will be a position for him in the squad. But in terms of down the line, if I'm looking at it in terms of 2-3 years, will I see Bruno Fernandez in Tenhag's team? I'm not sure. And that's being honest with you.
Okay. You have that. Obviously, feel free to disagree. I just genuinely think, I look at Tadic and I look at what Erik ten Hag did to Tadic and how much he's got the best out of him. And I think Bruno will be the similar player. I think it's one of the players I'm excited about to see what Ten Hag does with him. So I personally believe he will get the best out of him. He will. Now, guys, I left Fred and McTominay for a reason.
Here we go.
Next week's show. Now, we've got about 2 minutes or about 5 minutes here. I just want to get your quick attentions, right? The next part of the question, because it's only one question, and that's why I left it so late, is according to all those clickbaiting people, the serious journalists who are in the know are apparently saying Manchester United are being super secretive about their dealings in this summer transfer, which I welcome. I welcome that, by the way. I welcome that. So do you feel as though Man United are being secretive, like we used to leak like a sieve? I wish the club will also apply that to the dressing room. It would really help the football club. But do you agree, and can you give slight credit to this football club, that they are keeping their cards close to their chest, Saeed?
I think they are. I genuinely think they are, because I think they won't detail a lot of things to us. I think Ten Hag more than ever, he won't give us that information of this player here lacks this, or this player here, is doing this. I think they will be, but at the same time, I think that first training session, man, when he realizes how they are and what they're about, and that pre-season, for me, it's the best time to have a pre-season, though. for them players to fully understand what a system is, fully grasp what the manager wants. I think that's more than anything, you know. And if he can do that, I'll be, for me, super proud of every player, because end of the day, at least they're taking information in, because they weren't under every manager. If they can take information in and we can see it on the pitch, you know, we've just got to say, you know what? Thank God, mate, they're listening. Finally, they're listening. So
I think Jarvis Cocker hit it on the head right here with this. Bruno is a progressive creative and a creative passes. He is at his best with players like Rashford, 100%, 100. We saw it after Project Restart. Remember, that's some of the best football we played under Oli. The best football where we had Matic, Pogba as a number 8, Matic as a 6, Pogba as a number 8, Bruno as a number 10. Then we had the 3, Greenwood, Rashford, and Martial. And that season, they had the best scoring record in Europe. And Bruno, like I said to you, Martial gets the best out of Rashford and Bruno when they play together and connect. So that is something to be said, people. But yeah, right? I'll come back to it. Tom, I'll ask you the same question. Is it a good sign, a good sign, an encouraging sign, to say Manchester United are being super secretive in the way that they've been involving information within the transfer and what's happening? Like me and Saeed talk to people, yeah. We know people who are associated with the club. Saeed
likewise.
Right, so you know journalists as well, yeah? So nobody, I keep asking and texting people, and people are like, I don't know anything, honestly. Like we used to know a lot. We used to find out a lot, Saeed. Remember, 2 years ago, what was that? Nearly 2 years ago, I said Sancho's coming. I said to you on Straight Jacket podcast.
Yeah, but we knew though. But then obviously the club took a while. They didn't believe it was right enough to do it on that same year. So
we needed a loan from the bank. More importantly, we needed a loan. Like it's facts. But go ahead, Tom.
Go back to the to last week's podcast when we spoke about Tenhag's press conference, and I said I will control the press conference, and I said he makes the journalists work for the money. Exactly what they're going to have to do. Work for your money and push your sources to find out what's going on at Man United. And if all this secretive stuff people are saying about and everything, I do believe it. I think this secretive stuff's true. I don't think it's good, because professionally at a football club, you shouldn't be leaking like a sieve. The amount of times journalists tweet about Man United per day. I mean, just take one journalist, for example. You don't even. I'm not going to name or shame anybody, but they must have about 5 tweets about 5 different players at Man United.
I know who they are.
That is not how things should happen. They shouldn't even potentially tweet for a couple, 2 or 3 days. Yeah. If it's serious and if it's actually real, that's how it should be. Like, for example, you get the top journalists who might tweet about, one player, for example, you might tweet about Yuri Tillemans being linked to Manchester United. Then you wait for 3-4 days and, now they're linked with Declan Rice. So what happened 3-4 days ago then? Is that completely just, it didn't happen? But if the secretive stuff, I believe anyway, is true, I think it's a good thing, because at the biggest football club in the world, how can you leak like a sieve? I mean, seriously, how can you? You shouldn't happen at all. You should have the proper investigators find where these leaks are, and you hold them. You nail them in. You nail the leaks in, and plumbing, you don't have to be a plumber. Problem solved. You don't have leaks at football clubs. It shouldn't work.
Facts.
Well, you know what? Listen, big up Khalees. I just want to, last point, I want to come back to what Khalees posted. So this is what the club have said. They've hired Steve Brown to be part of the scouting. I think recruitment scout. I think head of recruitment scouting.
Yeah.
To be to work closely with Eric Tenhag and report to.
Do we know who this Steve Brown is?
Yeah, he's been there for a couple of years.
Yeah, he's been there for a couple of years. Yeah.
Oh, so he's another one that's hide with.
Yeah, exactly, Saeed. I told you, Saeed. They don't trust guys from outsiders, and when the outsiders see how much of a shit show we are, they call it out, and then they get the sack because you're not supposed to tell the truth, Saeed. I've told you, I've explained to you off camera, and my friend who works there, they say to him, "Stay in your lane." Even in his own department, when he tries to speak about how to improve things, like this is above your pay grade. So I want to go back to Khalees's earlier to finish the show with what they said. So 1 minute is where this is about what Simon Stone or somebody posted about who Steve Brown is and where it's going to be reporting. So there is a change. I knew they were going to introduce this news. I think this might be old news that they just recycled, right? Because they keep recycling. And that's why now, because Man United are not leaking like a sieve in terms of the transfers, all the journalists are just recycling each of the stories. Have you noticed that, Saeed?
Yeah, of course.
They're just recycling each. Honestly,
but you know what it is? United now at the minute, it's only United at the minute now that there's a lot of news going around, and it's just the same old, isn't it?
Yeah. Here we go. Listen. Here we go.
It.
Man UFC's senior scout report to Steve Brown, the club's head of recruitment operation. Both him and Eric Tenhag will now feed it into John Murtagh. This is what they're briefing, right? And there will no longer be any involvement at the executive level until potential deals reach at later stages. So that's Arnold saying, distance, I want some distance. I don't want to be trending on Twitter. But you know what, Arnold? I'll make sure you're trending on Twitter, mate. You can't escape this, mate. You've took the hot seat. I tell you and Murtagh and Steve Brown as well. Listen to me. Man. You are part of the football structure. You might leave it to them, but the decisions lie with you.
They're trying to run away from this.
Listen to me. You can't run away from it. I always said it. It's a famous saying. I don't know whoever said it, but big up to whoever said it. If you can't stand the heat, get out of the kitchen. Yeah. Simple. You can't. You are the CEO of Manchester United. The buck stops with who, Saeed?
Yeah.
Him.
Yeah.
Not him. It stops with you.
Him, yeah.
Listen, Saeed, Tom, thank you so much for playing my game today.
But I want to do this next week again, man.
Yeah, we'll come back, round 2.
So your homework is think about the players who are in the squad. Think about their attributes. Well, look, we're not talking about at their worst. We're judging them at their best. Listen,
get the YouTube compilations. This is what we need.
Tom likes him.
Listen, I'm telling you. Make sure, guys. Please let me know how many. Firstly, please subscribe to the channel. Please like the video, share the video. Please also go to Saeed TV. 50K he's reached. The celebration video are out there. There's a couple of videos he's dropped about the celebration. Please make sure you get to Saeed, right? And you like that video as well. But here, guys, please, for this show, I'm going to be working on more content like this, where we get into the nuts and crux on Tenhag's era and Tenhag, what we think, what we think, what kind of players. I'm going to also do a show, the potential signings that Tenhag might want. It's all going to be speculated.
They can't be from Ajax as well. They can't be from Ajax.
Exactly. We're all going to be speculated. So we're going to play the game that they can't be from. How do you know, Saeed? You read my mind. That was part of the game that shows they can't be. Honestly, I swear to God, he just read my mind. I said it's too easy. It's too easy to go.
I've been with you for too long, man. Don't worry, man.
Listen, it's too easy to go. Timber, Anthony. It's too no, mate. We're going to speculate what we think, right? So please let me know how many likes we got on this video. Let me know how many likes we got on this video, please, guys.
Yeah, let's get it up, man.
Let me know how many likes we got on the video.
I think we got 132.
Right, guys, please, on your way out, there's 187 of you in here. Please smash a like on your way out. It costs you
come on, people.
Nothing. Yeah. And all it does, it helps the community to grow the channel. And
Don't be like Murto, man. Don't be like Murto.
Exactly. Smash a like. Like I said, smash a like you're ripping off Avram Grant's little mullet at the back. Bowl.
Let it rip like Glazer, our Ralph there. Like Ralph said, let it rip.
Avram Glazer.
Exactly. For Ralph, those of you do it for Ralph and do it the fact that I basically paid a tribute to Ralph on my show today by coming up with 10 new players. That's what I did. I was like, no, I want to make Ralph's dream come true. So please like the video. Big up to every one of you. Love and light. And we'll see you in the next one. I'm going to be doing a calling show, hopefully, with Tom tomorrow. So fingers crossed, if Tom's available, we're going to be doing a calling show. So they can tell us what they expect. So calling, you only come on, no face, no likey, no comment on me. No face. We've been down that road. So those of you know what I'm talking about. But Saeed, talk to me tonight. Talk to me. What have you cooked for grits tonight? What are you feeding?
Listen, we've got a bit of on the menu, man. There's a lot on the menu. There's comparisons with Fergie.
Listen.
You know what I need to talk about. There's comparisons with this one. So listen, big up to everybody, man. We're gonna give Grizz on that one. Obviously, we're not gonna talk about the crowd trouble. That's just very, very bad, man. The UEFA and all that.
Man.
And the French
Absolute
police.
shambles.
What do I always tell you about the French police? What do I always tell you about the
Yeah,
French?
man, they're very,
They're
very
all-
bad, man. There's a history anyway, man. But that's another.
Yeah,
that's for the
yeah.
other channel, man. That's for the other channel, maybe.
Yeah. Listen,
That he needs to get on. So
Listen,
yeah, man.
yeah,
Listen.
yo, listen, Saeed, let them know where they can find you, bro.
Yeah, man. Right there, people. Saeed TV, man. Big up to everybody, man. Appreciate
50K,
it.
man. How you feeling about the 50K? Seriously.
No, it's good, man. Like I said, to
Have you
just
give
give
yourself a
giveaways.
pat on the back? Have you give yourself a pat on the back?
That's it. Pat on the back, man. I appreciate everybody, man. And like I said to you, bigger and better things. And then hopefully, United can win trophies in the next 50K. So 50K. Not any trophy. It's true though. It's true. I don't think we won a trophy in the 50K because I started in 2017. So I didn't win any trophies. So people that say I thrive of negativity, we did.
Man United do. Man United do. Say
Man United do. It's United. That's the
they
one.
make money off negativity.
Yo,
Yeah,
Tom,
Man United do it.
Tom, let them know where they can find you, bro.
Yeah. At Tom Journalist One on Twitter.
Listen, big up to both of you. Like I said, people, on your way out, please smash a like on the video. Thank you so much for all tuning in, Therapy Army. I think Therapy Army, I was keeping with the thing. I think they've been mixed, but I think majority-wise, they agreed. The majority agreed with Saeed. And just to recap, Saeed reckons Bruno and Rashford are not going to be not going to fit into an system. I think he's dead wrong about those two. And Tom says that
Harry
Beckenbauer is not going to be, but they're the two players you said they will, didn't they? What were your other two players?
I only had one more. I had who did I have? Martial.
Yeah, Martial. Luke Shaw. Do you not have Luke Shaw?
No. That was Saeed. Saeed had three.
There we go. Let's recap. Saeed said Luke Shaw gets in. He said Rashford doesn't get in. Bruno doesn't get in. But who? And then so that's three.
Tom
You
had
had
Martial. Was it Martial you had?
Yeah, I had Martial and
So
thing as well.
at the end of the day, it's 1-1 because he had two and he had three. So next week is Tom's turn. Tom's turn next week, and then we'll go through it like that. So Tom said Martial can. He said he rejected Harry Beckenbauer just to spite.
I wonder why.
So big up to every one of you. It's been a really productive podcast. I've really enjoyed it playing the game. So take care, guys, and we'll see you in the next one. But win, lose or draw,
Glazes out.
anchors out, and Ralph Ranier.
Get Myrtle out.
And Ralph Ranier, thank you so much for everything you've done. You've channeled me. It was almost like I was sitting in that press conference, and I was speaking through Ralph about how bad the club is. So big up to Ralph. Love, light, people. Take care.
Take care, people.
Take care.